for this, because we do have people who want to see this demo meeting afterwards, and I know few members could not make it today. So
that's perfect.
good afternoon, everyone. For those who I haven't met in person, I'm Megan from the Napanee District Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to today's demo meeting for Toastmasters. We are so excited to have all of you here. We have lots of individuals that are professionals in Toastmasters, and for those who are just starting, thank you so much. In terms of my experience with Toastmasters, in my previous role at United Way, I attended some meetings with a colleague. It was very early in the morning, so I am thankful for this noon hour meeting. That one I believe was 7 a.m. if I'm correct. So it was eye-opening. It was incredible to hear the speeches that were made. I learned a lot. Especially, I remember one being a topic on pelvic floor, the pelvic floor. So that was very interesting. And shortly after that, I did change jobs now here with the Napanee Chamber, so I didn't go back. However, I'm super excited to bring it to our Lennox and Addington based business community, and hope that you on the call today can spread the word and share the message. You do not have to be a chamber member to be on the call, so please do let businesses know, employees, employers, because it is very important and you definitely learn more than public speaking skills. So thank you so much to everyone on the call today. And like I said, it's a demo meeting, so we are just going to see how everything works, and it's very timely, which I love. So you will get out just in time for either lunch or another meeting to come. So thank you so much for everyone being here today.
Thank you, Megan. Toastmasters, we wear many hats, and today I will be your sergeant at arms, that if we are in a virtual meeting or in an in-person meeting, I would be making sure that everything in the room, virtual or physical, will be set for the speakers. I need to check computer, or I need to schedule the Zoom meeting. I need to move people in. I need to be sure that anybody that wants to share their screen will be able to. That is the new Sergeant at Arms role. And I will also be giving you some 2 minutes warning. That is a message that, okay, let's focus that our official meeting will be starting soon. As we have some minutes to spare, I would like to introduce Norm, our Toastmasters for today, and maybe Norm can talk to Mary and Mitchell, and we go from there. Please welcome Norm Hart.
Thank you, Claudio. Because we really can't hear ourselves clapping too well, we use the American Sign Language of shaking hands. Thank you. I'm the Toastmaster for the day, which means I'm basically the chairperson to keep the meeting running, to keep it on time, although we have a timer who's going to make sure I don't speak too much. I'm a Toastmaster. I've got a distinguished Toastmaster name behind, or letters behind my name. I've been a Toastmaster since, I think, 1993, something like that. And if you have any more questions about me, delighted to answer them as we get going through the meeting. So as the person who runs this meeting, as Claudio said, our Sergeant at Arms, we have two guests, and we'll start with Michelle Saint-Germain, who is the Director of Club Growth for our district. Michelle, would you please explain your role?
Well, thank you, everybody. So my name is Michelle St. Trema. I'm the District 61 Club Growth Director, and I've been with Toastmasters since 2015. I'm a member of 2 clubs, including a corporate club with Bombardier Aerospace. And this year, my role within the district is to help build new clubs and support the clubs that we have. District 61 has 181 clubs across Eastern Ontario and Quebec. We have corporate clubs across a range of business sectors. We have community clubs, we have advanced clubs, and I'm really looking forward to this meeting here because I see a lot of familiar faces and some new faces as well. So I'm really looking forward to this demo meeting to sort of show what Toastmasters can do. And so thank you for having me, and I'm really looking forward to today's meeting. Over to you.
Thank you, Michelle. We also have another guest who is our area director, who helps all the clubs stay on track and do all kinds of groovy things. So Mary, are you still there?
Yes, I am still here. Thank you.
I got to take a dive and see if I can pronounce your name correctly. Please welcome Mary Wachecki.
It's pretty good. It's Mary Wachecki. You did very well. Yeah, so that is my name. I am from Queen's Toastmasters Club here in Kingston, and this year I will be serving. I am the acting area director of Area 1. Area 1 comprises of 6 clubs, and the Napanee Club also belong to Area 1 when it's chartered. We have support from the area. We have Peggy from Toastmasters at Queens. We have Andrea from Keys Toastmasters. We have Tarek, who is from downtown Toastmasters, the one that meets at 7 in the morning. We have Norm from St. Lawrence Toastmasters. So we do have all support from the area, and we are rooting for this club. We're hoping that we're gonna give it all the support that we can. So yeah, that is my job. Back to you, Norm.
Thank you, Mary. As the meeting goes along, I'll keep explaining what we do and why we do it. So the next thing that I would normally do at a meeting is introduce some folks who are going to help us with the meeting. And that's the grammarian and the timer. And which one of you folks would like to go first? Having sensed the meeting and no one spoke up, then Claudio will go first as the timer, and then Andrea.
Andrea, she raised her hand. She goes first.
I'm sorry, Andrea, my apologies. I don't have all
That's okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Norm. I'm very glad to be here with you in this demo meeting. As Mary said, I'm from Keys Toastmaster, and I'm here with Tarek, who is our tutor and mentor. So as a grammarian, I'm going to check your grammar and the filling words, mostly of people doing the table topics and also the speeches. I'm looking forward also for nice words and nice grammar. And I'm here introducing the word of the day, which is launch. This word has to be used during your speeches, and every time somebody uses it, we are going to do our applauses to recognize and to show that we are paying attention. And the meaning of the launch for today is to start or set in motion an activity or enterprise. For example, she was launching a campaign against ugly architecture, or well, we are launching a Toastmaster club. So it could be something like that. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea. I would now like to give time for our grammarian or our timer to launch his explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmasters. As the timer, I will be keeping track on time of all prepared and impromptu speeches, and I will be changing my background to meaning that when it's green, the speaker reached the minimum time. When it's yellow, the speaker reached the medium time. And when it's red, the speaker has 10 to 20 seconds to conclude the speech. And I will provide a report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio. Thank you very much. We have one other person who will explain his role this time. Tarek, would you please tell us the role of the general evaluator?
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster Norm. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. We've been talking about this club for more than a year right now with Megan and the board of directors of the chamber, and it's so exciting to see the demo meeting happening. My role as a general evaluator is to look at the meeting as a general. I just want to explain quickly that the meeting for us today for the first time is three main parts or sections. The first part is basically impromptu speaking. After introducing the kind of official, like what we're doing right now, there'll be impromptu speaking and speeches and what we call it in Toastmasters language, the table topics. And then there normally is a prepared speech or speeches, and then the evaluation portion, which is very important. It is normally given in a very positive and supportive way, help everybody to grow. So being the general evaluator for the meeting, I will be looking at the meeting in general, make sure meeting give some notes about how the meeting went in respect to time, different rules. And my job as well is to give some feedback on the evaluations for the evaluators. And normally I give my evaluation as the last part of the meeting. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you participating, and I'll talk again at the end. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tarek. For those that have just joined this demo meeting, I have to confess that at our St. Lawrence Club, myself and another gentleman, Brian Sutton, we're always in competition to get the most words of the day in. And in fact, it really looks like pathetic groveling. We will spare no expense to get another word of the day in. So the next thing that we will have is table topics. And you may wonder why table topics is important, because it's such a small thing, and yet it really is. And when you have this skill, it's amazing, because 2 weeks ago, I was stopped in an intersection in Ottawa where I shouldn't have been stopped because I was lost and a whole bunch of things like that. And of course, a police officer came by. And with the skill with table topics, I was able to have him help me find directions and mostly not give me a traffic ticket. So for me, that's why it was important 2 weeks ago. And Mary, would you please explain table topics and get us underway?
Yes, thank you, Norm. Like Norm explained, table topics are random questions that will be presented to you, and you will be having 1 to 2 minutes to communicate your message in a way that you'll be heard and understood within only 1 to 2 minutes. The other reason why we do table topics is that everybody gets an opportunity to participate at the meeting if you are not in the agenda. Having said that, I will present them as opportunities to volunteer for anybody who would like to participate. But we already had 1 registered participant volunteer, Tarek. Tarek, would you like to take a question now?
Sure.
All right. Tarek, summer is coming to an end. What does that mean for you?
Thank you so much, Madam Table Topic Master, for this question. Summer is coming to an end. What does this mean to me? That's a very interesting question. I love summer, but I also love fall. Summer is a month or a season where everybody goes out. Everybody loves the going to the beaches, going in nature. The weather is good. I love summer. It's a little bit colder summer here for me in general than where I come from. I originally was born in Egypt. So summer in Egypt is the beach 3 months, at least. Here, it is mid-August to almost the first week of September. So it's instead of 3 months, it's around 3 weeks, because before that and after that, the water is so cold for me. My wife is born in Edmonton, in Alberta. She can jump in the water in January. Good for her, but I can't. So for me, the end of summer feels that the holiday kind of feeling is gone, and we're back to kind of a new beginning, launching a new beginning in our seasons. But for me, it's actually not which is the most favorable season to my heart. I hope that I answered the question the way you're looking for. And back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Tarek. I love your answer, and I can totally relate with the hot summers here in Kingston, in Canada. All right, so I'm going to present the next question to whoever would like to participate. Is there a volunteer? All right, Brianna. Next question. What are you most grateful for as the summer comes to an end? What are you most grateful for as the summer comes to an end?
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say to you at first, because I know he said thank you, Table Master. Sorry, this is my first time, so bear with me. So what am I most grateful for the summer coming to an end? Well, with summer coming to an end, that means fall is beginning. And I am very grateful for the people I work with. We're launching into Small Business Week in a few weeks, and I'm very much looking forward to that portion of it. And on a personal note, I'm coming to the end of my horse show season, and I will be selling my horse at the end of the season, and I'm very grateful for what we've accomplished together in the last 3 years, and I'm ready for a new adventure next year and starting my other new horse coming along.
All right, thank you so much, Brianna. That was such a good answer. I loved it. And now that launches us to the next question, or I said launch. Who would like to participate next?
Volunteers.
Okay, I might have to ask somebody. Michelle, would you like to take a question?
Absolutely, let's do it.
All right. Fall is almost here. What does that look like for you? What does fall look like for you?
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Venom Table Topics Master. You know, what does fall look like for me? Well, as a matter of fact, I was out yesterday, and as I'm driving along, I can see, hey, there's a leaf there on the road. It's a nice brown orange leaf, and I looked up at the trees, and sure enough, the leaves are turning on the trees as well. So fall is definitely here, and it's the first visual sign of fall. The other things I start noticing about fall is not only are the trees turning, the temperature is getting cool, not cold yet, but cool. But best of all, in the fall, you don't have all the heat and humidity, and you don't have all the bugs, because in the fall, all the bugs are dead. And what more could you want? Cool temperatures, gorgeous looking trees all over the place, and all the bugs are gone. I mean, that for me is the best time of year. And this is why I love this time of year. The October-November timeframe is sort of that sweet spot between summer and winter. And this is my best time of year. And for me, it looks like wonderful colors in the trees, cool temperatures, and no bugs anywhere. And that's what fall looks like to me. Over to you.
I totally agree. Thank you, Michelle, for that beautiful answer. All right, I am ready to take another one. Tracy, would you like to participate?
I wasn't planning on it, but I can try. I don't know how my internet connection is.
Yeah, okay. All right, if you're ready to try. Okay, so what is your favorite season of the year and why? What is your favorite season of the year and why?
Sorry, this is my first time too. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. What was the question again?
What is your favorite season of the year?
Oh, my favorite season of the year is fall, actually, and we're heading into that. I like the cooler temperatures, like Michelle, no bugs anywhere, and all the beautiful colors. I like to have the cozy blankets out and the nice sweaters. And so fall for me has always been my favorite. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year. It means food and family. It doesn't mean shopping and trying to find the perfect gift. The gift is just being together with family. And that's it, I guess. Am I supposed to talk longer?
That's perfect. That's good. Thank you, Tracy. I love that answer that for the gift is just being with people. You don't need to shop or give gifts. That was great. I love that. All right, Steve, would you like to take a question?
Yes, let's go.
All right.
What could possibly go wrong?
All right, so these past 2 summers were a little bit different from the others. What was your summer like? What have the 2 summers been like for you?
Well, first of all, thanks very much for the question. And you're spot on. The last couple of summers has been very different. But for me personally, it allowed me to challenge myself in some new ways. My hobby is dragon boat racing, and as a result of the pandemic, that has been shelved. There have been no regattas for 2 years. I've not gone to a world championship in the last 2 years or a Canadian championship. But we have to keep training. So we bought some new outrigger canoe toys, and we spent time on the lake. And so we would launch from Coburg Harbor and then head off for an 8 or 10K paddle in our outrigger canoes just to get our training in. And it pushed me physically and mentally to paddle distances that I have not been accustomed to paddling before. So thank you for the question. It's been great to reflect on this unusual summer, but personally rewarding summer for me.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for that answer. There is definitely always a silver lining. All right. Who is willing to go next? All right, Andrea. Do you have any cherished moments or memories from past summer seasons? Do you have any cherished memories from your past?
Thank you, Miss Table Topics. Do you mean if I had any cherished memory of my summer? Okay. Yes, really good question, because I had a lot of good memories of the last summers, because I'm from Brazil and summer there is almost all the year. And I had many nice experience when my family and I went to the beach and have nice days there together. So it's very, we have this warm weather over the year, but we enjoy together mainly during the Christmas. So it's a time when everyone is on vacation. So we go to the beaches and we celebrate together. So it is very important for us, and we are always looking for it every year to go to the beach and stay together and go and enjoy the summer. Because we don't enjoy the hot weather when we are working, because it's too hot and we have to commute to work in a hot day. So anyway, it's beautiful. And here in Canada, I had a really nice experience the last summer, because I enjoyed more, given that we have a severe winter that for me is severe. I'm here for only 2 years and I'm being accustomed to the weather. Anyway, so my summers has always been very memorable and remarkable, and I'm good for it. And I'm waiting to launch something in the next year to enjoy more my summer here in Canada.
question? Oh.
Mary, I'm just finding it a little faint when you just said what you said.
Speak up louder. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do you have any other volunteer? Megan, would you like to take a question?
Sure.
All right. So it's still back to school season. Do you have any back to school memories that you still hold on to?
Well, thank you very much for the question, Table Topics Master. For me, I feel like the start of school season, I love fashion and I love style. And for me, it was that first day of school picture with me and my siblings before we got on the bus. I can still also remember the smell of the fresh, cool air in the morning, but the sun beaming down on us as we prepared to go off to school for the first day, see all of our friends again at school in our classrooms, meet our teacher, get to know where we were sitting and who we were sitting with. So those memories were great, as well as all the goodies that we got. We were very fortunate to have something like a new backpack, or like I said, a new outfit, some new crayons or pencils with a nice pencil case. So all the new things that you got launching back into the new school season.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. And I totally relate to that too. I think the new things and seeing friends, that was like one of the favorite things about going back to school. Anyway, that is all the time that we had. Thank you everybody for participating. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mary. The next part of a Toastmaster meeting is prepared presentations. And with Toastmasters, with our new program called Pathways, although it's not that new anymore, we've had it for several years, there are 11, that's that many fingers plus one more, different paths that you can choose to work on. Toastmasters is a self-timed event in that you choose when you want to speak. And even though you may have the topic such as back to school, and Megan talked about her new backpack. So you can look at the topic and you say, no, I like the topic, but I have this concept that I want to speak on. So Toastmasters gives you, as one person told me, a great deal of latitude in choosing the content that you fit into the topic. And there are, what do we do? You're going to do about 14 or 15 presentations to finish one of these pathways. So we'll give you an example of a presentation. And the first presentation is called an icebreaker, and it's only 4 to 6 minutes long. That's that many fingers. Remember, I'm from Nova Scotia. We have to do this way. And the following presentations are about 5 to 7 minutes long. And we have an accomplished speaker who's going to show us one of these presentations. So it is now my privilege to introduce to you a Toastmaster who's been there for 10 years, that many fingers, and has earned the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. The speaker is a member of the Downtown Toastmasters Club, which Megan said, yep, starts at 7 in the morning. And is a founding member of the Queen's Toastmasters Club also. And this presentation is adapted from the Art of Effective Valuations, which you'll see that we'll be doing in a moment. And the method the speaker is highlighting is called the sandwich method, which is pretty much the basic evaluation method that we first learned to do. So with the title of "Are You Hungry?" Please welcome Toastmaster Peggy Seville.
Are you hungry? It's lunchtime. You might be a little bit hungry. Imagine somebody hands you a Montreal smoked meat sandwich. It smells so good. It's warm. There's 2 thick slices of bread and that rich, yummy meat in the middle. Now, imagine if somebody then handed you 2 slices of bread. It's not the same thing, is it? No, we need that meat in the middle to make the sandwich. In Toastmasters, we use a basic evaluation method called the sandwich method. There are 3 distinct parts to this method. The first part is your top layer, the bread. These are the things that you liked about a speaker's presentation. You enjoyed their speech and you highlight the things that they did best. Well, then we get to the meat in the middle, which is necessary. These are the things that we can give our speaker to help them become better speakers. Things like language, describing the language they used, the gestures that they may have used, organization of their speech, vocal variety or expressiveness of emotions, or eye contact. So these are the points in the middle that help a speaker improve. And then the third part of the sandwich is the bottom layer of bread. This is usually the thing that you like the very best about the speaker's presentation. Their most memorable quality as a speaker, or the most memorable quality of their presentation. So with that, you have a complete sandwich. It can be very daunting for new Toastmasters to give an evaluation of a speech in Toastmasters. But I encourage people to launch themselves into that role and try to just follow the method. It can be very simple. You take a piece of paper, you write, here's what I'm going to like, here's some feedback or points of improvements or things that I noticed about their speech that maybe they could have improved for next time so that they have something to work on. And then leave yourself a page or leave yourself a spot on the page for their most memorable quality. And then you're all set to go. Make your notes as the speaker is presenting. And then when you're giving your evaluation, just follow your notes through. Many people find, and I have found for years, that the basic sandwich method is a highly effective way of giving simple evaluations to people. So why do we evaluate in Toastmasters? Well, we do this for a couple of reasons. It benefits both the speaker and the evaluator. It benefits the speaker because when you tell them the things that you liked about their speech, it helps them improve their confidence. It helps them feel comfortable, feel safe, and feel good about themselves. So evaluations are not meant to tear people down. They're meant to bring people up and give them the support that they need to continue on doing speeches. Secondly, it helps the speaker become a better speaker. If you do not give that meat in the middle, you will not help them learn to become a better speaker. You won't give them the feedback that they need so that the next speech they can apply that feedback. This is the continuous loop of improvement that we go through in Toastmasters. We get direct feedback immediately, we apply it to our next speech, we get direct feedback, we apply it to the next speech, and it is a loop and it is highly effective. Also, evaluations benefit the evaluator. It helps us improve our listening skills about what qualities are good in a speech that we can apply to our own speech. It helps us become better leaders, better managers, perhaps in our professions or in our interpersonal relationships. I personally have found that giving evaluations has helped me so much just in general course of my day, talking to people, talking to clients. So I've given you some very basic points on how to give an effective evaluation using the sandwich method. We've got the 3 parts, what we liked, our points of improvement, and the memorable quality. We've got suggestions of things that you can use to find points of improvements like language and vocal variety. And thirdly, we understand why we do evaluations and how it benefits both speakers and evaluators. So next time there's an evaluation role available, launch yourself into that role and just go for it. Remember, practice makes almost perfect, because we're all a work in progress. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Peggy. Very well done. Thank you. Now, the next part is where I do an evaluation for Peggy, for which it's a great honor, Peggy. And one of the things that you said, you get out your pen, you get a piece of paper. Well, I don't know if you can see them, but there's my scratchy notes for Peggy. And when you're doing an evaluation, there is nothing wrong with having your notes in front of you. You are not expected to do the evaluation as if you have memorized it. Although Peggy did give me a lot of money and she told me what to say. So, Peggy, what I noticed right away, right off the bat, you repeated the topic, the title of your presentation. Excellent, well done. And then you had a wonderful vocal variety. Are you hungry? Yes. Not many people do that. Nicely done there. What else did I like about it? Well, you had your voice. It went up and it went down, and that's excellent. You have a lot of voice changes. As we can see on the screen right now, you have a very infectious smile. And if you can't smile while you're up in front, you need to learn how to do that. And you had gestures, as in there are 3 parts. So pay attention, folks. And one of the things that Peggy said very clearly is learning how to do these things is really easy doing an evaluation. And how many folks in the organization have ever been educators? Anybody? I can't see all the names. The best way to learn a topic is to teach it. And the best way to learn how to do an evaluation, again, is to learn how to do them, teaching them, doing them. So a point of improvement, I had one, I really did. And then at the end, I looked up and you showed us 3 points. So lost my point of improvement there. And that was now Peggy is a very experienced Toastmaster, so I'm really getting picky here, trying to find something. But I did notice the great acoustics in your car. Thank you for that. And you can tell when a speaker is comfortable up there because they can remember the word of the day, and which Peggy did, and she did it twice, at the beginning and at the end. So that wraps up what I liked about your presentation. And the very best that I liked about it, I think, was your enthusiasm to speak. So we thank you very much, Peggy. Thank you. And Mr. Timer, how long are evaluations to take place?
I think up to 1 minute, and you got it.
Okay, all right.
I think the only evaluation that we had was for Peggy.
Okay, thank you. Now, any questions so far on the general outline of a Toastmasters meeting from anybody? Well, I was disappointed. Oh, okay. Well, then the next part of a Toastmasters meeting.
Stevie has a question, Norm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have everybody on my screen. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much for the outline. I found that very informative in terms of how these sessions would go. I'm just curious about my experience thus far. Is there
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that, Steve. In fact, I believe, is Tarek going to do evaluations of the table topic speakers? If he's still there, I hope. No answer. Oh,
Yeah, maybe he had to leave for a minute, Norm.
okay. So normally, yes, there is, Steve, there is an evaluator that would evaluate the table topics presentations. They're not as long as a speaker's evaluation because you spoke for a much shorter time. Will that answer your question for the moment? Thank you.
Tarek's back.
Oh, thank you. We should let Tarek know that we're looking for evaluations of the table topic speakers, Tarek, if you were available at that time.
Yeah, sure. If you want me to do that, I didn't take notes because I don't think, I'm not sure if I was supposed to do the general evaluation, right?
Yeah,
Claudia?
I think we didn't plan to do the table topics evaluation, Norm, because we are short in time for this demo meeting.
Okay, thank you, Claudia.
I can give some hints about what I liked during my general evaluation, but it's not going to be a specific table topic evaluation.
Thank you, we'll do it then. But we do have a grammarian's report from Andrea. That would be the next part of the meeting. So Andrea, tell us about your skills.
Sure, Mr. Toastmaster. I'm going to give the report of my role now. And the first one is from Tarek. He used just one feeling word, was so, and he used the word of the day. And what I was impressed is that he used good pauses instead of using feeling words. Brianna was very well, and she used 6 M's, and she used the word of the day. Michelle, I like that he said, as a matter of fact, as a good term, and I couldn't note any feeling words. Tracy, she said 1 so and 3 ams, and she didn't use the word of the day. And Steve said 2 ams and used the word of the day. Megan, 3 ams, 1 so. And for the prepared speeches, Peg used good pauses and one word and one phrase that I liked. One is daunting and the other is tear people down. Very nice. 1 so and 1 like, but I don't think they are feeling words. They are just necessary. And she used the word of the day twice. Thank you. Over to you, Ms. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Andrea. And we now have our timers report from Claudio.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmasters. Let me launch here my report. The table topic is Tarek, 1 minute 36 seconds. Brianna, 55 seconds. Michelle, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tracy, 55 seconds. Steve, 56 seconds. Congratulations to all of you that had the courage in the first meeting to do the table topics. Andrea, 1 minute and 56 seconds. Megan, 1 minute and 16 seconds. Prepared speech, Peggy, 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Norm evaluation was 2 minutes and 39 seconds. And Andrea report was 1 minute and 36 seconds. And that's conclude my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. The next part of our meeting is unusual, but necessary here because Tarek is going to explain how a group charters their club to become a member of Toastmasters. Tarek, would you please take it away?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. So I'm going to just say briefly what the process is, and then I'm open for questions quickly. And then the next period probably will be my my general evaluation. So basically, what the rules are is when we do a demo meeting, this is the time that is going to be the standard time for the meeting going on. So I know we agreed with Megan and the group in the chamber that the meetings will be the first and the third Wednesday of the month, correct, Megan? At noon. So this is the third Wednesday of the month. So the next meeting will be the first Wednesday of the month of October at noon. So what happens is from today on, we hope that all of you guys that have been here today, I can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people join the club. Once 20 people joins the club can officially charter. And you guys will be a founding or chartering members of the club, like Piggy, who chartered the Queens, Toastmasters at Queens, like myself and Andrea, who chartered Keys Toastmasters. So that it's a huge privilege, something that's going to be, you'll be proud of for all your life. I think it's amazing to be able to help people to grow and to extend the leadership. So now let's take the best case scenario is you charter right away. This happened with us. We were very lucky at Keys. We did our first meeting in November 2nd last year, 2020. In the next meeting, we were chartered. It was 2 weeks later. Okay, so this was really amazing. We were fortunate. We were lucky. But some clubs takes a few months until they charter. Downtown Kingston Toastmasters, for example, in 2010, they did their first meeting in November. Was it November? Yes, November. And then they chartered June. So it took them around 8 months to charter.
We lost you, Tarek, or I lost everybody.
Same.
Legality or technicality, if we don't charter by the next meeting, how are we going to start working on our pathways and be part of Toastmasters International? This is something we'll work on. It's basically that the members who are going to join, they'll probably be registered under one of the 6 clubs in the area, and then they will transfer to the club once it charters. So it's almost like under construction club until 20 members decide to join and become, the club will be officially announced by Toastmasters International. I hope this is clear. And you have a very experienced Toastmasters here, in Claudio and Norm, and I'm here as well to help. So and definitely everybody, like you see Andrea, you see Peggy, Mary, everybody is here to help to make sure that you guys will charter as soon as you can. So I hope this is clear, and if you have any questions, let me know.
Any questions for Tarek?
Any questions?
Tarek, how much would it cost, Tarek, to become a member?
Okay, so that's a great question. So normally the cost, so there is a one-time fees for chartering, that this or for becoming a Toastmaster member is one-time fees only, and I think it's $20 US dollars if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, Claudio, right? And then you will be paying every 6 months around what is equivalent to 60 Canadian dollars to renew your membership. It's around 45 US dollars. That's the
maybe
Toastmasters.
Megan can help us to clarify this. I don't know how.
And then there might
planning.
be a club fees, yes, for sure. Megan, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, we're happy to send that out to our members. We still have yet for it to be voted on completely by our board, but we are providing a discount in some way, shape, or form to those who are actual members with the Chamber of Commerce. But we will confirm at a later date.
Thank you, Megan. Hey, Tarek, any other comments?
I have a question.
Yes.
Would each member of the group present at each meeting, i.e. twice a month, or in some way?
To answer the question, Isaiah, it's voluntary to present. It's voluntary to be the timer, the grammarian, the table topics, but quite often you will be voluntold that you have volunteered. The actual speeches are self-paced and self-chosen. So we are not expecting everybody to speak at every meeting because you will not have enough time to do that during the course of 1 hour. You may find that the club may have to do a little bit of cajoling to get people to speak. I am the mentor, the VP of membership at our club at St. Lawrence College, but as the president calls me, the cajoler in chief. So there will be someone that will be going around, probably on the phone or by emails, saying, we would love to have you speak on whatever. And it's up to you whether you choose to or not. So it's self-paced and it's voluntary. Does that help? So now we'll be expecting, Lisa, that you will be volunteering frequently, right? This is a leading question. This is a yes, dear answer. Lisa.
Voluntold. I see being voluntold.
Being voluntold. Thank you very much. I'm sorry, the L was cut off.
No, that's completely my fault.
Any other questions that we could answer?
Steve has a question.
Yes, Steve, go ahead.
Thanks, Norm. My question is with regard to the evaluation, the sandwich technique for evaluation. It's a very structured approach to thinking about an active listening of a speech. Is there any guidelines on how to structure your speech so that you can contain it within that 5 to 7 minutes, but hit the salient points that you want to hit and walk the listener through that 5 to 7 minutes in a way that delivers an effective speech?
Thank you, Steve. Is there someone in Toastmasters who would like to answer that question? Claudio, please.
Steve, when we were talking about that pathways that we can choose, you will receive a booklet, probably digital now, and for each project there is one speech that you need to prepare. You have 3-4 pages of instructions, and the evaluator will receive from you, oh, this is my objectives for this speech, and usually is how we will be evaluating following the sandwich method. You always have a guide to help you prepare your speech.
Thank you, Claudio. There is also, Steve, and usually in a meeting, near the beginning, there will be something called an educational moment or educational time, where one of the more experienced Toastmasters will be talking about the very question that you asked. How do you construct a presentation to get it within 5 to 7 minutes? And that goes on, and every club does that and just keeps going on and on and on, because everybody seemingly has enormous numbers of questions about how do you do this? How do I do that? When should I scratch my nose? When shouldn't I scratch my nose when I'm speaking? So we have all those answers. And also, if you go to the web or the Toastmasters website called www.toastmasters.org, you will find a wealth of information on constructing speeches. You can also find, I have no idea now how many little short vignettes of people actually constructing a speech and doing it. I like this person's style. It's like, oh no, I really don't like that style. And you can learn a great deal just from the Toastmasters website. Thank you. And you also have all these other people in Toastmasters that you can contact at any time. One of the wonderful things about Toastmasters that I found over the years, this is a blatant plug, they are very accepting. So we will accept anybody who wishes to come and practice and learn the skill of presentations and speaking. And they are all useful people. They are all enthusiastic about it, and they're all willing to help another Toastmaster. And the key to get this help, if you dial up someone else, can you help me with my presentation? And a Toastmaster will always do that for you. You're never sort of just out there by yourself, even though you're in exciting Metro Napanee. You have a wealth of Toastmasters, and in fact, how many Toastmasters in the world now, Claudio? 300,000?
I'm not sure, but I know like 16,000 clubs.
Something like, yes, 16,000 clubs. And our Toastmasters Club at St. Lawrence College, because we have students who are online, we've had people from India, from Africa, from Peru.
I'm really sorry, but I think we need to do the general evaluation because we have only 4 minutes remaining.
Thank you, Terry. Yes, I get carried away with Toastmasters. So,
yes, okay.
Thank you,
So
Steve.
if you don't mind, I just jumped in, and
yes.
The general evaluation is a very important tool in the meeting because the general evaluator will be looking at the whole meeting, the whole time, and then give some kind of constructive feedback to all the people who participated in the meeting. So I created an acronym. It's called GET. G for general, E for evaluators, and T for the Toastmaster of the day, which is Norm in this case. And normally these are the points that the general evaluator will talk about. The general evaluator normally don't talk about the evaluations that or they don't evaluate the stuff that the evaluators did already. Like Norm evaluated Piggy's speech, so I'm not gonna go and talk unless I really love Piggy's speech, which is I do. So thank you so much, Piggy, for an amazing speech. But the general things I want to say about our meeting today, and it is basically a very special meeting because it's a demo meeting, but quickly, is that the meeting went in a very timely manner. So as you noticed, there was an agenda, and we followed the agenda as much as we can in a perfect timing. So the meeting started, we had 10 minutes at the beginning, and then we had the prepared for until 12:30, and then we had the prepared speech, and then we got into the action portion. So it was all planned, and it's all going in a timely manner, which is a very important factor to make sure that the meeting is in a very good or in a high quality kind of delivery. Table topics were amazing. I'm really proud of everybody who participated, even if you were voluntold, but you did an amazing job. We always like at the beginning to try to reach to the first 2 minutes, but it doesn't matter. Next time, in 2 weeks, you probably can hit the minute easy. So I don't see any problem. Everybody did amazing job. Like you all repeated the questions, give you a minute to think about what you want to say. There is a structure for everything in Toastmasters, and this is again to Steve's question about the structure of a speech. You will learn it, as Claudio said, by just going through the pathways, but also there are lots of resources and workshops that you can attend to learn different styles of writing speeches, depending on the topic you want to talk about. That's my general point. About the evaluation, the evaluators today, Norm, I will say one thing about Norm. Norm used the sandwich method that Piggy actually told us about. So he said what he liked about Piggy's speech, he said the point of improvement, and he said what was memorable about Piggy's speech. And that was amazing to see how Norm applied what Piggy said right after she said it. And for the Toastmaster, as you can see, the Toastmaster job is very very interesting in a way that the Toastmaster is the cheerleader of the meeting. They want to make sure that everybody speaks according to the schedule. We stay on time. They carry the transitions between the different parts of the meeting. And Norm is an experienced Toastmaster, an amazing, distinguished Toastmaster, an educator. So I think we all learned something from Norm today of how to be able to manage an hour-long meeting. So that is just a very snapshot, if that's the right word, of how a general evaluator would do the job, probably normally at the end of the meeting. I'm not going to take it more than that because it's 1 o'clock. We like to start in time and end in time. So I leave it for you guys, for Norm and for Megan, to say if there's any last word or last kind of comments. Back to you, Norm.
Thank you, Tarek. Megan, last words to you. What would you like to say to the group?
Thank you so much to everyone. That was an enjoyable hour. Like Tarek mentioned, we will see you on the first and third Wednesday at noon. I will be making it the same link, so I will be emailing that around. Also, This recording will be on our YouTube channel. So Napanee and District Chamber of Commerce has their own YouTube. That's why they will be recorded. So if you do miss one or you need to go back to listen to this recording, it will be going up on YouTube in the next few days. So thank you again to everyone, and stay tuned for the following link for the first Wednesday of the month for the next Toastmasters meeting.
Thank you, Megan. Last call for any quick question so we can get a quick answer.
I have a quick question. Oh, sorry.
Yes, please go ahead, Megan.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I was late to the call. I did have a question though. Once we get our 20 members to have a Toastmasters club, so to speak, are the Toastmaster experts, will you guys still be on the call, or do then we kind of part and have our own club that's made?
To answer that question, yes, we will be basically on call and joining your club as we can. We will hopefully be invited to your club, and you then can, once you join one Toastmasters club, you can go to any one of the 16,000 Toastmasters clubs around the world, and you can find your own mentors. People that you think, yes, I'd like to work with this person or with that person. So awesome. You're not on your own out there, Megan.
And Norm, just additional information. Part of the chartering process, after the club charters, we will bring 2 mentors to the club. It's part of the process to start a new club, is to have 2 mentors when the club is chartered.
So once the club is chartered, as Claudio said, you'll have 2 people who will work with the executive team and with the members to make sure that they go on the pathways and make sure everything is good.
Thank you, Tarek. And we'd like to thank everybody who came today and presented, and we encourage you all to come back on October the 1st at 12 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.